What's up, Southeastern Biology? It is about time to get started on our next learning target, which is 4.2, and it's on photosynthesis. So, photosynthesis is all about converting solar energy, that's energy from the sun, into food energy, which is the stuff that you eat. So, let's first remind ourselves of a little bit of vocabulary we learned in our last unit. We learned about producers. We also learned this vocabulary term called autotrophs. Auto means self. So you think about an autopilot, an autobiography. These are examples of things that they do by themselves. So autopilot, that means that the plane can fly itself. An autobiography is a book about oneself. Any of those in robotics, autonomous mode means it happens by itself. So, auto means self, trophic means nourishment or food. So, autotrophic means self-feeding, means that they can literally make food for themselves. So, what can do that? There's really only one thing that can do that, and those are producers such as plants, algae, or special bacteria. So, producers produce their own energy and nourishment through the process of what is called photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis it's the process that converts the sun's solar energy into chemical energy, which is stored in glucose or sugar, which we remember from our last unit is carbohydrate. So we take energy from the sun and turn it into sugar, which we know gives us energy to animals. So let's look at this diagram here. We have a couple of things coming into the leaf and a couple of things coming out of the leaf. We know sunlight has to come in. That's what gives us the energy. But that energy has to convert two things. It converts water and carbon dioxide. So we take that energy from the sun and we convert water and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen. So, this is why plants are so important to us in the environment. It uses the sun's energy, which is free, and there's plenty of it, and it converts water and carbon dioxide, which we have in our environment, and it makes glucose, which we need in order to have energy, and oxygen, which we need in order to breathe. So let's look at this in a little bit more detail. This photosynthesis, it happens as what's called a series of chemical reactions, and they occur inside of the cell's chloroplasts. So through the help of enzymes, we convert water and carbon dioxide into glucose. So we take the energy in, we put in water, we put in carbon dioxide, and we get out oxygen and glucose. This happens inside of chloroplasts with the help of something called chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what makes the plants green. Two vocab words here. Chloroplast, that's this big green thing. It's an organelle inside of a plant. You probably learned about this in Unit 1. Chlorophyll, that's the stuff that helps turn the water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose, and it makes the plants green. So let's look at the chemical equation. So we know that for a chemical equation, especially those of you that had chemistry, you know that you put in the reactants and you get out the products. So we already have talked about this. The reactants, it's what goes in. That's the water, the carbon dioxide, and the sunlight. What we get out is the glucose and the oxygen. Let's look at that in chemical terms. So water, also known as H2O, and carbon dioxide, CO2, plus sunlight makes this molecule here, C6H12O6, that's glucose, and O2 is oxygen. Alright, and that's it. That's photosynthesis. So please take the time to pause, rewatch this video, write down your notes, go over this maybe more than once. And when you are done, I want you to watch this video right here. That's going to help give you a better visual to learn what it's all about. This link right here will be put into the description of the YouTube video, so click on it and watch this next. Summarize that in the bottom of your notes. Enjoy.